Welcome to 6R Heroes, the series that takes you inside Econe, a pioneering European initiative where industry experts are teaming up to build the future of sustainable electronics. Today, we're closing the loop and turning that end into a new beginning as we explore our final R, recycle.
Anissa, Serge, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's talk about the recycling bin. Not so sexy, but for most of us, when we drop an old device in there, it feels like mission accomplished. But Serge, as a CEO of recycling company, for you, that's where the mission just began. What happens after we close the lid?
First of all, it needs to be in the right bin, otherwise it's not coming to us. In our factory, we have various types of processes. First of all is usually the sorting, the preparation, and then we have all the processes which allows us to extract the critical raw materials, meaning thermic treatment, chemical treatment, electrochemistry, and all those combines makes the job.
Anissa sounds like a very complex treasure hunt for all those critical raw materials. From a sustainability perspective, why is this treasure hunt so important?
Well, because first of all, as you said, we have a treasure around us. The most sustainable mine is actually the mine that we have in our products, in our homes. Every year we are producing a lot of electrical waste. I think it's more than 60 million tons that we are generating every year.
And actually it's still increasing a lot with all what's happening by numerization of our activities, electrical cars.
That's the issue. We need to first reuse the materials that we have around us. You know, from 1 ton of discarded smartphone, actually you can get 50 to 70 times more gold than a gold ore from a traditional mine.
Clearly, if you see these printed circuit boards, you will see higher concentration of many materials.
It sounds like the designer create a complex recipe to build a product, but they never share it with you.
No.
So it's like you're trying to unbake a cake to get the original ingredient back, the secret recipe. How hard is that?
We know the basic ingredients. Plastic, iron, aluminum are the most present in electronic equipments. But there is many other elements which make the recipe maybe secret. And they are in very small quantities. So the fact that we don't have this information makes it pretty hard to really put the right parameters and have the right extraction ratio. This can be really improved.
So Anissa, how do we get this recipe into the hand of our chef? How can a virtual twin provide that recipe for the recyclers?
This is exactly where Dassault Systemes can have a role. Actually, the virtual twins is a representation of the products. But it's not only the representation, it contains all the information that have been needed to create the product. Its materials, its components, but also all the supplier information, all the assembly information.
And also the dangerous elements, which are very important for the safety of our employee, knowing where the battery is. If there is a hazardous component, that's very important.
It's not only the information that are generated during the design phase, but the information throughout the entire life cycle of the product.
So we capture all those recycler challenges. So Serge, what's the ultimate goal of creating this smarter, more connected recycling system?
The goal is to produce, at the end, the maximum of secondary critical raw materials. The needs in those elements is increasing. The demand is very high, and we need to have more resilience in Europe towards those elements. So we need to achieve the highest extraction rate in order to produce the most quantity of those elements.
One element that can help is actually to ensure that all the ecosystem is being able to have this virtual twin shared in one single platform where all the designer, producer, recyclers are together. And with that, we create a kind of loop where the recyclers will be able to give information about how costly it was to recycle the product, what was the hard part of the recycling part, in order to create the next generation of products more recyclable, more sustainable.
Anissa, Serge, thanks for joining me today and for this very thoughtful conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of our journey through the 6 Rs. From reducing at the start to ensuring reliability and repair, to giving products a second life through reuse and refurbishment, and finally, to recycling what's left. We've seen how a new generation of heroes is redesigning our world for a more sustainable future. Thank you for joining us on 6 Our Heroes.